bring it.
I counted before. Welcome back to the chaos, all of our friends.
What's the chaos called?
This is called the... Can't think of anything on the spot. Okay, boozed and reviewed. I was trying to think of something funny, but I'm not funny today.
I don't think I am either.
Well,
I don't think
you're ever funny.
Honestly, same.
Okay. Anyway,
somebody said that I was funny. Oh, it's because you were like, tell me in our comments. You were like, tell me if who is that Mike? Are you under the sheet?
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like, that's our friendly ghost Jerry. And somebody said I was funny. I was like, girl, no, I'm not.
Did you see the comment that I left on your post today?
No. No, I gotta look. Shit.
Please go look right now.
I will.
Right now. This, for reference, this is the one that she posted with a stack of books in her hand, and she's wearing a poop hat.
Oh, you said something about this is the true definition of a shithead or something like
Yep.
that.
I did.
I did see that.
did.
I saw that and I did like a ha, that's funny.
You were like, wow, so original.
This is the person, my only friend.
Anyway,
yay.
Welcome back. I counted before we got on here, so it is actually episode 16. Hopefully when you go back I didn't count wrong, but cool. Episode 16.
When episode's 20 in 2023, because it'll be 17, 18, 19, 20. That'll be March.
Okay.
January. No, because we have December, which is 17. January, February, March. Yeah, it'll be March. March will be episode 20.
Are you just adding that as a fun fact, or was there a reason why you said that?
I don't know. I feel like 20 episodes is a lot.
Well, 24 is 2 years.
Oh, 2 years of boozing and reviewing.
And we're still here, making no money.
Will we ever make money? That'd be cool if we would.
You know, probably not, but...
That is what it is. We're just two friends doing the friend thing. I think Morgan's my friend. Morgan...
I don't have a choice at this point. I got wrapped in. Now we have a whole podcast together. It's going to be really awkward.
Well,
I tell her.
Yeah, the breakup's going to be rough.
The breakup and all of our children. All of our children are going to be devastated.
They really are. Gosh dang.
Get away from the microphone when you do that.
Okay.
There you go. It's just so far back. Oh my god. Danielle and I have had a rough couple of days, so we're just kind of winging it today.
Yeah.
So let's just dive right in to this month's alcohol. Okay.
Same.
I feel better.
Okay.
So, story behind this. A couple weeks ago, Lauren and her boyfriend Al, and then Josh and I.
Lauren's perpetual TBR. I think there's a period in there somewhere.
There's two. Yeah, Lauren's period, perpetual period, TBR. Shout out.
Give her a follow.
We got together for like fall things. I wanted to go apple picking and like go and do tastings or something like that. And we actually went to Beacon Skiff, which is an apple orchard, and I think it's located around Syracuse. I don't think it's actually in like
it's like outside.
Yeah, whatever.
Syracuse.
But it's an apple orchard there, and we went there and they just had a room full of like alcohol that you could buy, which it was all the stuff that they produced there. Like they make it in-house. So I was like, all right, this is the perfect place. It's my turn to buy. Let me see what the options are. And let me tell you, I bought a 4-pack of what we got to drink today. Then they had build your own tall boy 4-packs.
Oh.
I got a 4-pack of that. And then Josh got a bottle of whiskey. And I also got a bottle of wine.
Go off.
It was like $90 that we spent there. But
it's good stuff.
Well, we haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
So this tasted really, I've never had this before. And actually, I don't think Lauren had ever had it either. So it's a little tiny can. It's a really pretty can. And it says 1911 established Honeycrisp cocktail. And then it's vodka with lemon and apple natural flavors and fresh cider.
So we had 1911 last
Last
podcast.
month.
We had
Yeah.
the cider donut one, which
Yes.
we were not big fans of.
No, and that was there in the Build Your Own Tall Boys, and I was like, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of my face.
Do not come near me.
Get the fuck out of my face.
I will not be spending a cent. I will not even look
I
at you.
wanted to get, I got this because, like, yeah, we did cider last month. This one is like a vodka drink, like a mixed drink. So I thought it'd be a little different, but I guess.
It sounds good. Also, the can is really sparkly, and I'm like,
it's very pretty.
it is. I like it.
Yeah. Beautiful. That smells so good.
Whoa, that smells real good.
It just smells like apple cider.
It smells like apple juice.
Yeah. All right. Ready? Cheers.
Bro. Oh my god.
I wish the people like listening could just see Danielle's face.
That's so good. What the?
It doesn't taste like vodka. I mean,
No.
it kind of does, but it doesn't.
It tastes
You know
like
what I mean?
apple juice.
It tastes like apple juice with like a little extra lemon.
Yeah, just a tiny bit of lemon. It's like you can taste the vodka a little bit, but like not really. You can't like really though.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, it's bad.
This
Catch this bee, Danielle drunk.
Oh my god. I know it is going to. It's 8% in this tiny can. It's just like a soda can size.
That's
and
good.
It's 8%.
I think this is my favorite, like, that we've done this year. That's a
your
statement.
Snoop Dogg wine is obviously your favorite
shit! I forgot about
that
Snoop
was
Dogg
last
wine.
year. That was last year.
Was it? Are you sure?
Oh, we recorded in December, but it went out in January. So I guess, what are you counting it?
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
This is fucking good.
That's good, though. I don't know. This I can drink. But, oh, God, it's so good. This is good. Y'all, buy this alcohol.
I wonder if you can, like, buy it online. Like, I think they have.
You get, if you're, like, a cider fan.
Shop?
This is top notch. This is S tier. S tier. It's good.
I'm looking to see if you can buy, like, get it shipped to you.
I think there's like only certain states that can buy alcohol and get it shipped to. That's me just saying things, but I'm like 99% sure.
What would you? I'm sorry, I'm still looking.
No, you're fine.
I haven't found like the small cans. You can order the tall boys online, but this wasn't a tall option.
Well, if you come to New York, all of our non-New York listeners, go to the brewery or apple orchard, and actually you can get these in stores, like liquor stores.
This is a new flavor though, so I don't know if it's in the stores yet.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a new flavor.
I think you can visit their brewery. Is that the place you went to? Is that literally the place you went to?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Hold on. I can tell you, like, when they close.
Not a sponsor, but they should be.
Anyway, besides the point, you can go. It's Beak and Skiff, BEAK and SKIFF, Beak and Skiff. And you can look online to see. I don't want to take up time like searching, but it's the Honeycrisp cocktail. I believe it's a new flavor, so like I said, I don't know if you can get it online, but you can get the tall boys online. And they had a bunch of options. Josh tried the jam on it and I think really liked it. And he actually bought the stuff to like make all the mixed drinks that he tried while we were there. Yeah. So
nice.
Wow, this is really good. I guess.
Yeah, that's really tasty. That's like top alcohols we've tried this year.
Out of 10, what would you rate it?
Oh, 10.
Wow, no hesitation.
Yeah, it's super good. I can see myself drinking a few of these.
Me too. I think it's gonna like. You can taste the vodka and the aftertaste. At least I can feel it like in my stomach a little bit.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I think this would just be very dangerous for me to just chug. But it's different than just drinking like a cider, because some ciders I can't do because the aftertaste tastes too much like cider.
Yeah, and like comparing like it to the one we had last time, it was way too sweet. Like sometimes they're just too sweet. And sometimes they're too appley. Like this one has the hint of it, like lemon.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it like extra tasty.
I guess it tastes literally like apples, like fresh apple cider with like lemon juice in it, and then there's vodka in it, but you can't really taste it. Like I just feel like I can feel the vodka.
Yeah.
Like
I
stomach
definitely
warm.
Yeah, I get that. I feel that. Yeah. I understand. That's exactly what I'm trying in my brain, in my mouth stuff.
Okay. Danielle's sniffed too much alcohol today.
It smells good.
It does smell really good.
It passes the smell and taste test.
Yes. And so this came in a 4-pack for like $13.
It's our 8%, so like
yeah.
You're getting
okay,
your money.
Before you drink it all, do you want Mike to like come and try it, or are you going to be like, "Nope, this is mine."
Yeah, hold on. Hey, butthead.
Oh.
You want to try this?
Oh, sure. I'm not to fart in the mic this time.
Morgan says you can't fart in the mic this time.
I didn't fart in the mic.
Do you want to try? You have to come into this though.
Yep. Okay.
Go Tampa.
Oh my god.
They suck this year.
Excuse me.
Oh, it smells good. That's not bad. It's not as good as regular cider, but that's not bad.
What would you rate it out?
Yeah, like what did you rate it out of like 10?
Out of 10?
Okay, 5. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I'd probably give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. I don't know.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Doesn't it taste like apple juice?
Yeah, it does.
It's
That's
tasty.
what I thought when I had it.
Okay. Well, thanks for being our guest taster today.
Beautiful.
What do you want to plug do you want to plug your gaming Instagram?
No, that's okay.
It's Mikey Can't Be Gaming.
No, that's okay.
Well, that was Mike.
Oh my god. I don't really want to share. Thanks though. I think I agree. I think this is one of my favorites that we've tried. Because I don't have anything wrong with it.
I could drink a few of those.
I think I'll agree with you. I think I'll say a 10.
Nice. High five.
Oh wait.
Let's go.
We did it last time like this.
Oh yeah.
Which way? Which way am I going? This way?
Yeah, you were doing the right, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I gotta go back like this.
Okay.
Way.
1.
Your hand's larger than mine.
2.
I mean, your
3. Just give up. Oh boy.
Idiots.
So definitely try this if you're located in New York. Definitely go to Beacon Skiff. It's in Syracuse area. You can look it up. If you're not from New York, come to New York, and Danielle and I will take you to Beacon Skiff.
Holy cow!
And Lauren.
Can you imagine we just do a giant meetup with our friends?
We could. That would be so fun.
And we go hang out, have some ciders.
Mm-hmm.
Do the fall things. How fun.
That would be fun. It was a nice day that we went.
I mean, honestly, there's a bunch of us around each other, like Liz, Kari's in PA. Also Carrie.
Oh my god, I didn't even pick up on it when you said it like that. I was like, "Yep, Kari."
She needs to just rename herself Kari. I call her Carl.
Oh man.
We love you, Kari.
Oh my god, it's never gonna get old.
Yeah, it's gonna be Kari forever. Anyway, who else? They're also Lauren's in New York.
Lauren, Liv.
Liz is in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure
there's a bunch of us.
Yeah.
Bunch of us.
So
yeah, that'd be cool.
With that, just moving right along. What did you read this month?
Oh shit.
Okay, tell us more about that.
I only read two really good books. So, I'll just tell you what I read. I'm not going to talk too much about it because it was all kind of garbage. So I read my I read My
Okay.
Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I gave that a 4. I enjoyed it. There's stuff I didn't like about it. I'll read another Grady Hendrix.
Is that your first Grady Hendrix? I'm sorry.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to read another one. I'll go more into it in a second. I read The Winners by Frederick Backman. That was the last book in the Beartown series, and I love that series so much, and I give it a 5.
Okay.
It's so good. All of those books are just really, really good, and they're emotional. I feel like you'd really like that series, Morgan.
Okay.
So I own them all, so you can borrow them. The Greatest Beer Run Ever. I listened to the audio of that. I gave it a 3. Whatever. I read Man, Fuck This House. That was our book group book. Gave that shit a 3.
How about Man, Fuck That Book?
Yo, I gave that, it was a 2, and then it was a 3. It was a 2, and then it was a 3. And then I read Patricia Wants to Cuddle, and I gave it a 3. I gave Patricia Wants to Cuddle a 2. Holy hell. Then I read Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I gave that a 3. I love Adrienne Young.
What?
Yeah, I love Adrienne Young, and that book was just it was like The Lost Apothecary. It needed a little bit of extra magic,
Yeah.
it needed a little bit extra murder, it needed a little extra something. You know,
Okay.
it was just missing a little bit. I liked it. I really did like it. It's one of the better ones I've read this book, like this month. But I gave it a 3.
Damn.
It was good. I gave it a good review. It's just like it was okay. I read We Were Liars. I did the audio and physical. I read that shit in 48 hours. Not even. No. 24 hours. Morgan hates that book.
Can we just talk about really quick,
Okay.
the fact when you said, spoiler alert for We Were Liars, when you said, oh, for sure, they're all dead, I was like, oh, she finished the book. I was literally about to text you and be like, yeah, wasn't that a fucking stupid plot twist? And then you're like, I'm only 33% through. And I was like, okay, well, fuck me. I didn't see that coming. That was the dumbest book I've ever read in my entire life. However,
You didn't see
continue.
that coming? She hinted at it so hard.
I zoned out because she annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah, like the way it was written was really odd. Like the fairy tales, the random fairy tales. I understand why she did it. I think that's like the whole reason why people loved it so much, because they were like, what the fuck is going on? These fairy tales are throwing me off. And then she's talking about fucking bleeding everywhere for no reason and all this bullshit. And like, she really did throw off the reader like a lot. Like,
Yeah, I would think I gave that book a 3 as well, but I was gonna give it a 2 because I was just so annoyed by the entire thing. But the plot twist at the end with them all being dead, it made sense like along the story, like how things ended up and like why they never wrote her back and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like that book at all.
So I didn't think so. I thought she drowned them all. Like I thought she just like fucking freaked out and then drowned them all. But then they brought in the fire, like this like third part of the book, and I was like, oh, she set the fire. And then I didn't like. It's like super unfortunate. Like it's actually a tragic story. Like they all got really drunk and then like they basically wanted to set the house on fire because their parents pissed them off. And they like were like they don't value family. They just want this money, and they like wanted to show them like the value of family and like just like loving each other. And then they actually ended up learning it after their kids died, which is so unfortunate. It's like a really, really tragic story.
Yeah,
But yeah, I picked on it. But after like chapter 11, I'm like, these bitches are all dead. Yeah, no, I was like. Because she was like, I think that the chapter that I led, I think it was chapter 10. She said something about like, they all looked the same. They didn't change after, like, they look, and it was like a lot of hints.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these bitches are dead.
These bitches are dead.
Yeah, I caught that so fast. But, did you
did.
just do audio?
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't read it. The physical
I did physical
copy.
and audio. I think that's why I liked it a little more. Sorry. And then, I read The Nightingale. And then we'll talk about that in a bit. And then I finished up October with The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which was really freaking cute. It reminded me of The House Across the House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Newman.
Okay.
TJ Klune.
Yep, there you go.
It was really, really good. So yeah, I only read really 2 really, really good books. But the ones in the middle, they're all dirt garbage. Patricia Wants to Cuddle was so bad. So bad. Don't read that book. Sorry.
Didn't plan on it, but
it's so bad. That like she didn't flesh out the story enough for it to make sense. It was all like our book club was like,
yikes. What the fuck?
What was this book? What the fuck? So yeah, that was my reading month.
Boy. Do you want to talk in depth on any of them?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to say anything about the winners because it's the last in a series, and like it ended really well. I thought it was like a really like good series. I'm gonna miss like all those characters because they're all really, really good. And like, you know, when you finish a series that you really, really love, it's like almost like when you finish Harry Potter for the first time, like you're gonna miss those characters a lot.
Yeah, because you don't get any more new interactions with them.
Yeah, it's like like I'm really sad that all those people are, but like it had a really good ending and I liked it. And he did a really good job. It was a thick book.
Yeah, looked like a thick bitch.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, it didn't need to be that big, but I can understand why. Like, it was good. I'm glad. It was my favorite book of the month.
Okay.
So,
that's good.
But yeah, that's what I read. It was an okay month. I usually have months where I like read a lot of really good books. I'm like jazzed up about it, and this month was just
like, meh.
This was just a meh month.
I'm sorry.
I'm not mad about it. I'm like, so like the bad books, I'm glad I read them, you know, like.
Are you?
They were shitty, but like whatever. I got to write a shit review. They're fun to write.
They are fun to write. I will give you that because afterwards you're just like, all right,
let's shit on this book.
Let's go.
But like, I also feel bad. Like the guy who wrote Man, Fuck This House. Apparently he's really, really nice. And like,
you destroyed him. Nice.
I actually didn't. I actually like wrote like a semi-decent review for that one. I didn't like shit on him really hard, but yeah, because
really
I don't really want to like throw indie authors under the bus. Like he kind of just went straight like fantasy in his book, and I was just like, this is
I'm gonna give that book right back to you. I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like it at all. I think you'd be so mad. You'd be like, why did I waste my time on this?
Well, Lauren told me not to read it also, so
yeah. It's literally like as soon as I read it, I'm like, did I buy Thistlefoot? What is this?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like about a house on legs. Like the house comes to life.
My god.
It was something.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, even if they are bad, I don't regret reading them because I'm like, I got lost in a book for a second. Whatever.
I guess if you liked the book.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I hate to like be mean to authors because they do put their time and effort in like these books.
Some don't.
Yeah.
Some, it seems like they don't. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you don't want to be like, this was the worst thing I've ever read. And then they're like, well, I tried my hardest. So
yeah,
thanks.
you know, and like they like devoted their like whole year
Yeah.
to this. And then you're like, well, this book was absolute trash buckets.
Yeah, and they're just like, thanks.
Yeah. The girl who wrote Patricia Wants to Cuddle like literally only wrote nonfiction, and this was her first fiction. It's supposed to be, I think she wanted to be satire. It didn't go. Yeah, it was bad.
Yikes.
Yeah, poor girl. Just stick to nonfic.
Anyway, no.
What did you read?
I feel like I had a decent reading month. I read a lot of books this month, but I also had started 2 books at the end of last month, so I was like done with them as the beginning of this month.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of had 2 extra. So I read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gave that a 4. Have some hot takes on it.
Oh, I'm ready.
The People We Keep by Allison Larkin. I listened to that one because Julia Whalen narrated it, of course. And I gave that a 3.5. However, I think that might be my favorite of Julia Whalen's narrations because I think she did like a really, really, really good job with it. It's just, I know you and I have talked about my issues with the book, and that's just, I couldn't get past them. So I gave it a 3.5. I got Keep It in the Family as an ARC by John Mars, and I gave that a 3.
Okay.
You got
I
it?
haven't.
You have
Yeah,
it.
I have not read it yet. I have to read it. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I can just tell you what happens, and then you
No,
can review it.
no. It's fine. I'm gonna have to.
I gave it a 3. It was just not very John Marsy to me. I was expecting extravagant, and I was
No,
expecting
damn.
like my mind to be blown, and I kind of figured out what the plot twist was from the very beginning.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and it was just like a meh conclusion. Like it wasn't bad, but it was just kind of too chaotic for me at times.
Okay.
It just was not his
His
like normal
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Damn.
I got The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera, which it was my favorite, I think, potentially of this month. That series fucking wrecked me. I gave it a 5 naturally, but I literally splurged on like the really pretty copy.
Yeah.
Up there somewhere. I'll get it later. But it was just such a beautiful story. I really want you to get into this series. I think that you would absolutely adore it because it is YA, and all of his books are also like LGBTQ characters,
Yeah.
which makes it so much. And it's just like such a good story in the sense of like it's not something that you see often.
Yeah.
You've never seen this plot before, and he does it so well. And you know how I feel about YA. I love his books.
Yeah, you've read his other 2 YAs too, yeah?
Yeah, I read the
What
last
If It's Us?
they
What
both
If It's
die.
Us?
Yeah, I read that one, and then I read the
They both die at the end.
yes. So the First to Die at the End was a prequel to They Both Die at the End.
Yeah.
And I just like I was reading the book, and I had to sit there at times because I just like felt so much. And I'm not going to give any spoilers or like anything because I want you to read it. 1 and 2, it just came out in October, so no spoilers. I absolutely adored it, and we get a little cameo for those who have read They Both Die at the End. We get a little cameo from Mateo and Rufus, which made my heart happy.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
those are the characters from They Both Die at the End.
I
Loved it.
I want to like read the physical copy because I feel like
I have both you can read.
okay. I might borrow that in 2023.
Yeah, obviously that's fine. But whenever you want to, I will gladly give it over because I really, really think that you would love this series. And at the end of this book, there was like a Q&A with the author at the end.
Ooh.
And it was like, what was your favorite part of the book? Blah, blah, blah. And then he just casually drops that he's writing a 3rd book. And I was like, I don't think my heart can take a 3rd book, but I'm also like stoked
You're
for
like,
it.
I'm ready. Bring it to me.
Pre-order
now.
it right fucking now.
Yeah, bring it to me now.
It was just a really great book. I absolutely loved it. Recommend to anybody who's interested in YA and love it. I read The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. I gave that a 2 because it was absolute garbage. Picture The Orphan, like the movie The Orphan that came out like 2018 maybe earlier. Picture that in a book. That's fucking what happened.
Oh, that's dumb.
It was, and The Perfect Child came out after The Orphan did, so it's not like the book was based on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stupid. Fucking dumb.
That's dumb. People, you're like, how about you watch a movie? To people who
right,
are giving this fuck vibe.
Yeah. So, not gonna talk about it. I already gave it away, so
oh shit,
it's gone. I put it in the little free libraries when I was going out. So sorry to whoever got that. Maybe people like it. I hated it.
Listen, maybe they'll like it. I was gonna say, shout out to Morgan for going to these little free libraries and freaking spamming my phone and grabbing me some romances. That was
I got you too.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I grabbed you. Go ahead. Sorry.
You got me one though.
I grabbed you one. Yeah, I grabbed you one. It's waiting right there.
Yeah. So we'll do a book exchange next time we see each other.
Yeah.
But there was one that I want to go to. I think it was in like a nicer area of like where we live.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like 4 Book of the Month books in there that I just swapped. I took out 3 Book of the Month books, and then I was giving some of my Book of the Month ones away. So I put them in there. And I have a paperback copy of the Nightingale, and we know it's a thick bitch.
Yes, thick.
So it hurt my hands to hold it at times, and this Little Free Library had a hardcover copy that I almost took, but I was like, no, somebody else needs to read this book. I will be fine with my paper copy. It's fine. But they had so many good books that I just want to like go back to that one consistently because they definitely get book of the month in that neighborhood. So I'm hoping that the ones that I got weren't complete trash can. However, yes, The Perfect Child is in somebody's Little Free Library or whatever at this point. I don't care. I read The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah, which we're going to talk about later.
I don't care.
I don't care. And then I read It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I gave that a 4, and that is the sequel to It Ends With Us. I just wrote my review on Goodreads, and it was a nice ending to what the previous book gave. But again, it literally just came out, so I'm not going to say anything. And I know you want to read it at some point.
Yeah, I'll read it eventually. I've got to take like a year-long Colleen Hoover break.
Yeah,
I have Hopeless by her waiting on my because somebody gifted it to me for my giveaway, and I was like, well, oops.
Now you gotta read that.
And then
put it right next to the alien one.
And then I've got It Ends With Us too. So
I really liked It Ends With Us, and I know obviously it's a hot topic of like people liking it or hating it, but I absolutely love that book. And It Starts With Us was like a good ending too. It Ends With Us.
Yeah. That was like, that week was nutty. That week, that book came out. Taylor Swift, Midnights came out. And
oh my God, I know.
It was, I'm not kidding, Morgan. When I looked through the book Instagram, I literally was like, every other post was either about Midnights or about It Ends With Us. And I'm like, my God.
It was a great week for me. It was a not great week for you. It's fine.
Yeah, no. I was like, okay.
It's fine.
No, you know, and I'm like, I feel bad because like, I don't really, like, I don't hate Colleen Hoover, but I don't love her. Like I have her books on my shelf. I'm gonna continue.
You just enjoy to shit on her, so
okay, yeah, but like, I'm gonna continue to read her books. Like I liked Verity. I didn't hate November 9th. I didn't like it. Don't like.
Oh, reminder.
Hated that book. But
oh my God, we're gonna fight about this until we die.
I hated that book. But there is like a good chance that I could like It Ends With Us. Like so. Or Hopeless, which we'll see. Whatever.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would like updates whenever you decide to read that.
Oh, I'll spam text you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last thing that I want to add in was this past Friday, we went out to like dinner and we had to wait for our table, so we went to Barnes and Noble.
I know.
And naturally, instead of buying books that come out with an extra chapter, I just read them at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, waste your money.
And I read the extra chapter of the Verity release that just came out. That shit was awful. And like that's coming from me who loved Verity. It didn't give anything to the story at all. And did I send you the excerpt of like
Yeah.
I sent it to Mariah.
I'm good.
No. I sent it to Mariah. And let me just please show you.
Mariah's funny as hell.
Just about to call her out. Just put her on blast here. This is the picture that she sent back. I'm so sorry.
It is not for the faint of heart.
It talks about her nipples leaking breast milk and then whatever his name is like drinking it. So that was just enough for me.
Yeah, Morgan sent that to me. I'm like, great.
So I think if I read, also I forgot how much sex was in Verity because in that post, in that extra chapter, which was maybe like 40 pages, it was a longer chapter. Maybe it wasn't 40. Maybe I'm being dramatic. Maybe it was 20, but it was a longer chapter. There was like 2 or 3 sex scenes.
Holy heck.
And I was like, all right, like, I guess I must have just forgot how much sex was in Verity because I was just.
Yeah, but like, I know there was, but like, I don't think, because we had the flashback. We had Verity's like.
So I'll tell you that the chapter had nothing, like it was just them moving forward in life. Like and something happens and then she like it didn't give anything to the story. And I'll tell you off like what happened if you really want to know. I don't want to say it here in case people like really want to read it.
Yeah.
But let me just tell you, it didn't give anything to the story. So if you own Verity and you wanted to get the new copy just to have the extra chapter, I don't think it's worth the money personally. With that being said,
did it make you change your side?
No.
Yeah, somebody said that like they read it and it made them change to letter instead of manuscript.
So I guess I could see that. Spoilers. Let me just say this right here. Spoilers. Jeremy, I think, the guy, kills somebody else.
Oh, in the
Yeah, he kills somebody else, and she's like,
oh,
maybe Verity was right. Like, she has a question herself, but he, like, comes after somebody else that, like, threatened their relationship. It was so chaotic. I will give you all of the dirty details if you want, like, off camera. But that's what happened. He killed somebody else, and she was like, so I can see how that would make somebody change their mind, but I still think Verity was a fucked up lady.
Yeah, she was. I'm still team manuscript.
So
yeah, I don't know. Jesus, that book was wild. Like,
yeah, it really was.
That shit was crazy. I read that. That's another book I read in a day because Morgan let me borrow her copy, and she's like, "Read this, please." And I did, and I read it on Thanksgiving Day. I ignored my family and friends and read that book. I was in a corner reading that book. I'm like, I have to read this book. I have to. I need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I did.
And you did. What did you give? Did you give it a 5?
Oh yeah, I gave it a 5.
It was. I thought it was a really good story. It just me looking back on it and looking back at how much sex was in there. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I made it through.
But like, I think that like, same with me. You know how I am. But
yes.
like, it really wasn't like. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think comparing it to like some of the other books I've read. I don't think it. Maybe it's just because I was like so into like. What the
I skimmed
fuck?
once I got to the sex scenes, and you probably did the same.
I always
so that's really why. You're probably like, I remember so many great things about this
they're
book.
They're having sex. Okay. It's actually, I've gotten a lot better. I've like
imagine also reading that in public, like that fucking breast milk part. I'm like sitting in Barnes and Noble reading this, and I'm like, please nobody look over my shoulder. Please don't fucking see what I'm reading. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I'm good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Do you have anything else to say?
No, those are all the books that I read. I think my favorite was The First to Die at the End, and then my least favorite was The Perfect Child. But I already told you about all those fucking.
Yeah. So you had a good month, kind of.
I think so. Yeah, I only had like, I mean, I had a 3 and a 3.5, and I technically said the extra chapter of Verity was a 1 star, but it's 20 pages, whatever. Like, I'm not going to count that as a star. It's fine. But I had a 4, a 5.
Yeah, so you had a good month.
Yeah, it was kind of, I mean, all over the place, but I thought it was a good, and I read a lot this month, so I'd consider that a win as well for me. Like, I usually don't read this many books.
How many did you read?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 books.
I read 9, but but I had a few that were like under 300 pages.
Yeah, but still, like I usually only read like 5 books, so I feel like 7 is, again, let me tell you, I started Daisy Jones and The People We Keep in September, like the end of September, and I finished them at the beginning of October. Yeah. So
that's the Winners. Yeah.
So,
but the Winners is like a 700-page book, so that took me like 2 weeks to get through.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, big baby.
Big baby.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to add. Do you have anything else to add about the books that you read?
What are you currently reading?
Same thing you're currently reading.
Oh.
What are you currently reading?
No, same thing you're reading. I started it today and I love it so much. It's so good. It's so funny.
It is funny. I will say that. And she even like, I don't know what part you're at, but there's a point where the main character is talking to somebody else and she's like telling him about audiobook narrators. Like, I feel like Julia Wayland put a lot of herself into this book.
It's so good. It's so funny. I'm on page
Yeah.
85.
That means nothing because I'm just solely listening to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I bought this book when we were in Maine because I saw it. I was like, I need it. And it's so cute.
It really is.
It's cute.
I'm enjoying it. I think there's a couple things that I'm just kind of like meh about, but like not in like big ways. Like it's not making me dislike it. There's just, and Julia Whalen's the narrator, so I can't be fucking mad.
It's so good. It's so good. And she's like, I just got the library narration for the library audiobook. So I'm reading and listening.
Yeah.
So,
is this your first Julia Whalen narration?
No.
Oh. I was gonna say.
I listened to People We Keep.
Oh right, and she was the narrator for that. She did such a good job in that one.
It was so good. Yeah.
I think that honestly is my favorite that I've heard so far because she did The Great Alone, she did The Four Winds.
She didn't do The Nightingale.
No, she didn't. That's why I didn't listen to it.
Oh, I did.
And then she did The People We Keep, so 3, and then this one. So this is my 4th one that she's done that I've listened to.
She has a part in Carrie Soto too, like a little tiny parts.
Yeah, I think she was like an extra character or something.
Yeah. So,
but I am enjoying it.
I think that's why I gave People We Keep like a 5 because I really like enjoyed the narration of it on the audio.
She did a really good job, and she does all the characters, which is why I think it's funny. There's an interaction. Have you gotten to the interaction yet between?
I'm on. So I got to part.
What's happening right now? Like non-spoiler, what's happening?
Okay, so she just finished in Vegas. So she met the Irish guy, and now
she's back.
She's back, and she's talking with her like.
You and I are around the same part. Like I'm a little bit further than you.
I'm trying to Okay, anyway, so I'm like talking to the manager, and she got this deal to like narrate with the like, really
the romance
guy. That's where I'm at.
You know who that guy's gonna be, right?
Oh yeah, the Irish guy.
It's gotta be. Like
I literally called it as soon as we met him. Like that's fucking what's his nuts.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I think it's getting to be very predictable. But again, it's a romance, so I have to remind myself that it's not something to like.
No.
Yeah.
It's
but
that's how they all are. Like this is very women's fiction romance.
Yeah.
Like it's like a crossover, but like it's so good. It's really funny. It's like one of those books that's like a feel good book. This is my type of book.
It definitely is. And it makes fun of romance readers. Let me just throw it out there.
Funny.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. Like the whole first chapter is hilarious. Like she was talking about going to this fucking like
when she's on the plane.
Con. Yeah, and then like also she's on the plane and she's listening to this like smut on the fucking plane, and she drops it, and there's this little kid, and she hears cock, and like them having
my God,
literally inserting his penis into her.
Yeah. Okay, Danielle's a child, we know. But yeah, it's like every person's fear of like when you're listening to smut that your Bluetooth headphones stop working and it starts playing out loud. And she's like holding her phone and she's like, it's not working, and she's turning it up, and she's on a plane and everybody is hearing the sex scene that she is listening to.
It's too good. It's so funny. Like I feel like the main character is super, super relatable. Minus the fact that she's like a wicked famous like romance narrator. Yeah. Audiobook reader, whatever. But it's so good. Yeah. Like so far so good. I love it. And Morgan and I are reading it, but we'll talk more about it in December.
A future episode, yes. We will.
It's so good.
So
I wanted to talk about that just because we're both reading it at the same time.
Yes, I know. You're fine. So we're gonna start diving into the Nightingale. So I'm going to read the synopsis, and then we're gonna do the thing where we like raise our hands.
Okay.
I'm asking you.
There's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't read it like me and Morgan, we're like the last ones on earth to fucking read it. Don't listen. Know. Read it and then listen, because we ruin the book.
We do.
Please.
We do.
Listen. All right. Read it before you
ready?
Listen. I am ready. Sorry.
All right. France, 1939. In the quiet...
I'll shut the fuck up.
France, 1939. In the quiet village of, I'm going to say this wrong, Carivo,
Vienne. I think you did right.
Okay. Whatever. Vianne Mauriac says goodbye to her husband, Antoine, as he heads for the front. Sorry, some of these names I just said in my head, and now I'm having to say them out loud.
So French.
Yep. She doesn't believe that the Nazis will invade France, but invade they do, in droves of marching soldiers, in caravans of trucks and tanks, in planes that fill the skies and drop bombs upon the innocent. When a German captain... Oh, what the fuck is that word? Requisitions?
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
We did it. We went to college.
Requisitions. Vianne's home. She and her daughter must live with the enemy or lose everything. Without food or money or hope, as danger escalates all around them, she is forced to make one impossible choice after another to keep her family safe. Vianne's sister Isabel is a rebellious 18-year-old searching for a purpose with all the reckless passion of youth. While thousands of Parisians march into the unknown terrors of war, she meets Gaetan, a partisan who believes the French can fight the Nazis from within France, and she falls in love as only the young can, completely. But when he betrays her, Isabel joins the resistance and never looks back, risking her life time and time again to save others. That was difficult. Let me tell you, that was fucking difficult.
Imagine if I tried to read that.
Oh my god. Just would have stopped at France.
France.
So, this was Danielle's first Kristin Hannah book, which I'm so excited to talk to her about it. And it was my pick because we know that I love books that destroy me. So
and it's our birthday month.
It was my birthday month. Yes.
No exclamation. You just pick.
Yes. My book's somewhere else. I really just forgot to get it. But it's also a beautiful cover.
It really is. And like the inside of mine has like this beautiful map.
Yes. Oh yeah, I looked at that when I was at your house.
Yeah. It's really pretty.
So, we're going to do the thing where we count to 3 and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, go. And then we're going to raise up our hands, say how much we rated it, whatever. Okay?
Yep.
So on go, raise up your hand.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah! Of course
thank
it's going to
God.
be a 5. How can you not?
That makes me so happy.
How can you not, though? So good.
I want you to make a clip of my face that I just made. It was. That makes me so happy. I mean, we knew that.
It's so good.
That it was like, it's a Kristin Hannah. Obviously, I'm going to rate it high.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. And you listened to it.
I listened and read at the same time just because, like, it helps me get through things faster. And I was dragging my ass also. I don't know why it took me so long to fucking finish this book. I overestimated myself, like, reading wise, and I just got down to the last week. I'm like, I gotta fucking read this shit.
Well, we were talking, and like, I know you had a lot of books to read this month, and I'm not mocking you in any way, but a little bit I am, because I started reading it, I think the week of my birthday, which is the like October 10th week. And then Danielle says, I'm going to start it next week, October 17th, 2 weeks until the end of the month. And it's what, like a 600-page book. Yeah. And she's like, I'm going to read it in 2 weeks. She did.
I got it done.
You did. Very close, though.
Yeah,
very close.
Ticking time bomb there.
But she got it done.
I got it done.
And I'm so happy that you loved it.
Yeah, it's so good. I really liked it a lot. It's definitely like a book that will tear you apart. Like, literally. It's so good.
Do you understand why I said brave of you to be listening at work?
Yeah. So, a lot of the parts that were, like, wicked emotional didn't happen while I was listening at work. And a lot of the times I had to, like, stop listening because a lot of the stuff I wanted to physically read and, like, retain. So I only listened a little bit. So I kind of
Well, you said you only had an hour left at one point, and like the last chapter was like, whew.
Yeah. There's like the last like 100 pages were a lot.
Well, yes, of course, like the last 100 pages were a lot, but the last chapter specifically, I wish that I knew how many emotions I was going to go through the last chapter, and I would have set up a camera to record, because like there were times like I had the book in my hand. And when we found out, and I don't want to like skip around, but when we found out that it was Vianne that was there, like we knew that I figured it was going to be her there because they never said it was Isabel. They never said like anything. So I was like, it's probably going to be Vianne. And I was like preparing myself for it. And it was like, my sister Isabel. And I literally threw my head back on the couch and I just like sat there and breathed for a second. And I was like, I'm going to be okay. It's going to be fine. I have tears in my eyes right now.
That's so the part that got me, because like I don't cry hard, like a lot of books. God. I like never cry, never ever. I cried like a baby when Dad was like, "I'm gonna take the fall as Nightingale and save Isabel," and then he gets shot in front of Isabel. That shit
goosebumps
ruined me. I cried so much. I was like, "Oh boy." Yeah, that's the part that got me. And when I got misty-eyed when Sarah got shot.
Yeah.
Those are the two parts that really got me.
I think the last chapter entirely, like, just destroyed me all around because you're getting so much. You're getting the fact that Isabel died, which I think we knew. Yeah. Isabel died. Her daughter died.
Yeah.
Her daughter died.
Right, Sophie?
I think that was her name, yeah. And then Ari is there. And we get to see like a grown-up Ari. Gaetan is there with his daughter named Isabella. Oh my God.
Just kill me.
Right, like all of these things, I was just sitting there and I just like, afterwards I held the book to my chest. This is so dramatic, but I swear to God, this actually happened. I just held the book to my chest, and Josh was in the other room, and I was just sitting in the living room, tears going down my face. And I was like, I really wish he just walked out right now just to see the emotional turmoil that I'm going through right now. Oh my God.
It's really good. Like, I will definitely read another one of hers in the future. I'll definitely read one of hers in the future. So based off, like, I know this is really jumping ahead, but like based off the Kristin Hannahs you've read, what's your rating right now? Like top to like bottom. Not like bottom.
Oh, no, I know what you mean. So I have to say The Great Alone is the bottom. Mm-hmm. I am torn because The Four Winds was my first ever Kristin Hannah. So I think that's always going to hold a special place because it was like my introduction to her. That was the first book I ever like got from her. Mm-hmm. This is the first book I've ever physically read of Kristin Hannah's. So the other two I've listened to. So this I got to bless you. Okay.
I'm sorry. It was going to come.
But so to answer your question, The Four Winds and The Nightingale are tied because they're both an introduction in a way to Kristin Hannah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their stories are different but similar in the ways that they destroyed me. But if we're talking about like, I don't know, because The Four Winds, when I was done listening to it, I remember texting Mariah. I was sobbing. I was at work and I was sobbing. And then this one obviously is a fucking wreck. If I had to choose, I would say Nightingale, Four Winds, Great Alone. But Nightingale and Four Winds are like
this close. Yeah.
This close.
Yeah. Gotcha. I don't know which one I'd want to read again. Like these are like, I mean, not again, like next. This was really, really good. Like so good. I'm glad this is my first Kristin Hannah.
Me too.
You know, something about World War II fiction is like some World War II fiction.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like I read The Huntress. That was so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, I loved that book. That was the first one I read this year, maybe. But one of the first ones. And oh boy, that was good.
You know who just got this book?
Who?
Christy. Hair Lady Christy.
Yeah.
I saw her
she got a bunch of stacks of books from her clients.
Yeah, I was going to bring her some, but I forgot. Oops. I saw her on Friday, and she was like, oh, I just got a bunch of books. I got It Ends With Us. I got The Nightingale. And I was like, shut the fuck up. stop everything you're doing and read The Nightingale right now. And she was
It's
like, okay. And I was like, this is what we're reading for the podcast. And let me tell you. And she also like said the same thing. She enjoys reading like World War II, like Holocaust fiction, nonfiction books. And I was like, you will absolutely love this book. And she's like, it's so thick. And I was like, shut up. It's worth it.
It's so worth it.
It was so worth it.
The thing is, like, you get so addicted to reading about it that, like, it really won't take you long. I know it's, like, a really thick book, but, like, it reads like a 300-page book.
It really did. I think the first 100 pages of any Kristin Hannah book are very, like, world building. You got to introduce the characters, all that stuff. But, like, after that, I would be reading and I would be like, okay, I'm going to at least read, like, 20 more pages. And then I would look up after I like read for a little bit and I'd have read like 50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh damn, okay, like let's keep going.
Yeah. It was really good. And it's like addicting to read. Like I was like really invested in the sisters and like what the heck was gonna happen to each of them.
Her husband came home.
I know. I was really like I was gonna be like super mad if he did not come home. I think the thing that I didn't like though is that it felt really fast. Like
at the end?
Yeah, I felt like he came like she was like talking to Soph, and then she was talking to her about him coming home, and then she walks outside, and then he's there, which felt really fast, but it didn't take anything away from it. Like I'm glad he came home, and I liked it, but it also like felt like really rushed. But that's like it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Like I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it. Like I like read that and I was like, well, that felt like really rushed, but. I
don't remember feeling that way. I think also at that point I was just so invested in the story that I was like, all right, he has to either come home or he's gotta like we gotta find out that he died.
He's died, yeah. Yeah. I don't think now that I said it, I don't think I would have been mad if he died.
Yeah.
But like also it like she needed a happy ending.
She did after everything that she had been through, but I also liked the fact that he like without any words spoken, he was because she obviously was raped and she was pregnant when he came home, so he was like, yep, well, I'm just gonna raise that baby like it's mine, and like we're just not gonna talk about it in like a supportive way, not in like a oh my god you were unfaithful, like we're not gonna talk about it.
And like I liked that it was like that was like everybody after the like war ended and everybody came home and stuff, like they were like, we gotta worry about them now, because we're rebuilding. And, like this is how we're rebuilding. We have to we have to remember the past, but we also have to forget the past because we're all changed. We all changed because we were all split apart and it killed us all. Whether it was a similar situation, we were all in concentration camps, or we were at home with these soldiers that were these Germans that were absolutely terrible. But yeah, I like that message.
Yeah. I think a semi-hot take, because Lauren made fun of me for saying this. I was a little sad when the first German soldier died.
Beck!
Yes.
Me too. Let me tell you, I loved him.
He, like...
Listen.
I think he really meant well, and I think he got in over his head and didn't know like fully what the Nazis were doing.
Yeah.
And then he was trying his best in all the capacity that he could to help Vian. Was he doing bad things outside of that? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
But he got the false papers for Rachel and the son, and he also was like telling her, okay, they're gonna come by at this time, like hide her. Don't tell me where you're hiding her, but hide her.
Yeah, he ended
and
up
they
being
didn't
like
fucking
a good...
stay there.
I know. Why did they leave? That made me so mad. I'm like, just fucking stay there.
Yeah, anyway. I don't understand why she didn't just like peek her head out to be like, let me go check.
Yeah, they just were like, I'm gonna go take a shower.
Yeah, that made me so mad.
Yeah, anyway, me too. But like, I agree. I loved that character so much. I like loved him. So Victoria and I were talking about this, and she's like, I pictured him to be like this, and I was like, oh my god. So I found a picture of the guy who I thought he looked like. I imagined this man as soon as he came into their lives. I was like, oh baby, this guy's sexy, and he's like, you're not supposed to want him, but you want him because he's hot. And
okay,
like,
I have an idea in my head now that you.
That's what I pictured him to look like.
You know who just popped into my head when you were describing that? The actor who plays Hopper in Stranger Things.
Ew.
What?
I think he's younger. Is he not younger? I feel like he's.
I don't know.
Oh.
But like that's who I'm picturing of like this. You're not supposed to
Want him, but you want him.
Yeah.
I pictured him
you
much
said
younger.
ew. I can't believe you said ew. No, we're not fucking friends anymore. What is the matter with you?
You know, I'm like, I don't see him as like season 1 Stranger Things. I see him as season 4 Stranger Things, and he's like in this concentration camp getting beat the frig up, and he's like skinny as balls.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't see what.
Do you have a picture of him like normal up?
What do you mean like normal?
Like his normal actor self. Like
Yeah.
him
Let me try and
being a
find one.
person.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love that story. I love that character. I loved Beck so much. Okay, yeah, he's good looking. You're right. I take that back.
All right,
like,
the glare is like fucking up.
But like, I was so sad when that like, and I understand why they had to kill him. But like, why? I loved him, and then
I said that to
everything fell apart.
It really did. I said that to Lauren, and Lauren was like, this is the day that we went to go and like do the apple picking and stuff, and she was like, oh my god, Morgan felt bad for a Nazi. And I was like, Lauren, shut the fuck up. You liked him too. You can't deny that you didn't like him just a tiny bit.
So I was texting you about that, and I was like, I think Morgan's judging me.
No, I wasn't gonna. I did not want to say anything at all that could have spoiled anything about this book, because I
know.
Obviously finished it before you did and obviously loved it, but I just didn't want.
Yeah, you didn't want to sway my opinions. Yeah. I got you. Thank you for doing that. I was
Of course.
I was telling you futile things from when I started, and I was like, she's not saying much. I'm scared.
No, I really, even if I didn't like this book, I wanted, just because I love Kristin Hannah's books so much, I wanted you to have a very neutral, like, experience. Like, I didn't want to be like, oh my god, I love this part, you should love it too, and then you're like, oh, I didn't really love it. Like,
Got it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
what sister did you like better?
I think, obviously, I liked them both, but if I had to pick, I liked Vianne better.
Really? Okay, because I liked Isabel better.
So, I think they both knew, like, I think I liked Vianne better because she had a very, like, good head on her shoulders, in the sense that she was like, Isabel, I know that you want to, like, fight this, but we also have to fight to stay alive, and you acting out and doing this shit is gonna get us killed.
So that's why I liked Isabel, because she's like, I know, she's like, we need to do something. Staying at home's not gonna do anything, but she didn't really get it. And I think that's like, I like that she was kind of a rebel, and she like did the things that not a lot of women did in that time period.
Of course, yes.
And like she like, and I loved that she hiked that mountain like 36 times and saved a fuckload of pilots. And I loved her love story with Gaten. I loved that so much. And I don't know, I liked Isabel a lot. I really, really loved her. I didn't like Vianne at first. I was like, Vianne's a cock. I don't like her. But then she had this huge arc where she saved the children, and
but
like,
she did that staying home.
She did. You're right. So she did it, like, they both, and I like that we had both the versions of like, these, like, Isabel was like out in action, and then Vianne was at home, and like a lot of books are just one instead of both, and we got to see both sides. It was really good. Sorry, I just had to say I love Isabel.
Don't apologize at all. I can see why you loved her, and that's why I'm saying I did like one better than the other, but the reason was because I thought in the very beginning, same thing with you that you didn't like about Vianne, I thought Isabel was way too reckless at the beginning. Like, she was just, if she wanted to be the way she was and like she wasn't living with Vianne, like I thought it was very selfish that she was acting like that with Sophie specifically in the home. And like Vianne was like, I know that you want to like save the world, but I'm trying to keep my daughter safe, and you need to respect that. So like, that's why I liked Vianne better, because I thought Isabel was being too much of a
She was
Too
really
reckless.
reckless. She was really reckless, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, yeah. And I liked the storyline with Isabel and her dad, and like when she found out, when her dad found out that she was doing stuff with the like whatever she was with and he was with, and he was like basically like telling her he loved her.
Yeah.
And being a
also
dad,
like
finally. Oh my God.
yeah, and we found out too, like we thought he was working for the Nazis that whole time.
Yeah.
But then he like not slipped, but he just like slipped out saying, "Where do you think you're getting all those papers from? Like I'm the one that's doing it. I know that I can protect myself, but like an 18-year-old girl, 19-year-old girl, I don't know if you can do that." And he was just worried for her, but he had a fucky way of showing it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's so good. Oh, this book
It
was
was
so
so
good. I'm so happy that like I finally got to read my first Kristin Hannah. I got one of my yearly goals done.
Yes.
Oh, this was so good. Oh, it's like really definitely worth the like read. Not that it wasn't like before I was going into the Kristin Hannah.
Well, all of
world.
her books are long, and I think it scares people away because they're like, well, I don't want to
thick.
give all of my attention to this book and then end up hating it.
Yeah.
Or like the idea of, is Kristin Hannah an overhyped author? Like, I don't want to waste my time when, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like her books.
They are. They're definitely like, I'm curious about Firefly Lane. That's the
I
next
still
one
have
I
your
want.
copy of that book.
Yeah, I know. That's the
You
one
can have it back.
That's the one I'm curious to read next. No, you can hold on to it. Do you see all those? Those are books I want
literally
to
thought
read.
you were leaning over to fart.
No. Do you see these? These are all the books I want to finish before the end of the year.
Great.
Yeah.
Maybe I should make a stack of ones that I want to read by the end of the year.
So there's this challenge going on, and I'm gonna end up tagging you in it. So get ready. It's
Great.
last 10 before the end, and you pick 10 books that you want to finish before the end.
Okay.
That's what I did. That's a few of them.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh, this was so good. That's 5. Is 5.
Yes. I am obviously like, whenever you get around to reading another Kristin Hannah, I want to know your thoughts. Because I don't want to say it on here because I feel like it made her other books better, but she definitely reuses a specific thing in all 3 of the books that I've read, including this one.
Okay.
And
definitely have to see if I notice.
Yeah. And I think you will, because it's very, I noticed it first obviously in the Four Winds, because I read that first. And I was just like thinking to myself, oh, it would be kind of shitty if this happened. And then that's what happened. And I was just like, okay, that's a way to do a plot twist. And then it happened in The Great Alone. And then it happened in this book. So I'm not trying to like have you read between the lines, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. But I'm wondering if all of her books are like that. And
I'm nervous to read The Great Alone because you told me the triggers. I'm so scared. So scared. That might be a book I don't read because I'm just like really scared.
If you go into it knowing that there are a bunch of triggers, I think you'll know better how to like take care of yourself and know when to stop. Because like I said, it's not like a one-time thing. It happens a lot throughout the book.
Yeah. It scares me.
So
because I was really looking forward to that book. I'm so glad you read that before me, though, because I would have gone into that book and been like, well, I've had a good time.
It was a very good read. I think I gave it a 4 or 4.5. That's why I said it was at the bottom. Again, bottom does not mean bad.
Yeah, no, 4.5 is high. Listen, if you listen to this podcast a lot, 4.5 is high for Morgan.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I mean that in the best way.
And I think I gave it a 4.5 because the ending was too happy.
Oh.
Like I wanted to be, and I say that,
I wanted to be
sad. People who have read The Great Alone are probably like, what the fuck, Morgan? Like a lot of shitty things happened. Like, what are you talking about? But I talked to Jamie about this, and I think she also had a very similar thing because I think she gave it a 4. Like we rated it about the same. I don't think she gave it a 5. And I told her my like issues with it, and I was like, it's too happy of an ending. Like I need something traumatic to happen. And clearly something traumatic did happen, but like don't come at me.
So. Yeah, no. I actually saw one of her older ones. I don't know if it's older. I don't know. It's called Homefront. That's getting a new cover, and I read the description of that one, and that one sounds good too.
Is that the one with a plane on it?
Yeah, there's a plane.
It's like an army book, like a military book.
That
I
one
want to read that one.
That one sounds really good.
I think that one's on my wish list. I want to get that book so bad.
Yeah, that one sounds really, really good. So
I'm gonna give the Nightingale to Josh's mom.
oh yeah, she'll like that. I should
Yeah.
Miss Campbell read that Nightingale and she loved it. I'm pretty sure she said she loved it.
Before, like, I know we're kind of like finishing up our conversations here, but before we're done, I just need to show you. This is my, and I'll like send it to you also, but this was my face at the end of the chapters.
Oh my
Like, you can see the tears in my eyes. And then this one was like,
I love that.
so...
Yeah, no, the one part where her dad got shot, one single tear.
Yeah, one single. It just.
I
It's
can't.
such a
I
good
don't.
book.
I don't cry like that during books.
I am not joking when we found out that Sophie died, and when she was like, my sister Isabel, like, you know, when you're like about to cry and you know something's gonna happen and you're like holding it back, and then you finally hear or like read what it is and you're like, yeah, that happened. And at one point I was like not struggling to breathe. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but like I was just like like I need to just stop for a second because I was just so anxious, and it was the last chapter and a lot of things clearly happened.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
very dramatic. That's why
I loved the ending. I'm glad that she
Yes.
got reunited with Ari.
Ari, yeah. And then she didn't tell her son anything about like what she did.
No.
And then Ari was like, yeah, she saved like 15 kids, and she was like, her son was like, what?
Are we gonna have a talk or?
Yeah, and she's like, let's go sit down and have some tea, and like that's how it ended. And I was just
Yeah.
like, ugh, my heart.
I know. It was so good. Yeah, Vienne definitely had a huge arc for me, and I
She did,
I ended
yeah.
up really enjoying her in the end. So yeah, yeah. Oh, God, that was so good. I feel like there's like we could talk for days about this book, and I know we only touched on a few things, and it's a pretty short conversation. Usually, we talk about these books like a lot longer, and stuff.
You just need to read it yourself to understand.
Honestly, yeah, you should just read it. Like,
Yeah.
all our friends who's already read it loved it, and they will tell you the same thing. It's worth the read. It's so
is.
good. It's like, you know, let's just say it. It feels like a more accurate representation
God.
of World War II and the
Yes.
Holocaust compared to
Yes.
some other book
The Tattooist of Auschwitz.
that we've read
Specifically.
in the past. Yeah, this felt much more scary, much more realistic than the Tattooist.
Because she went to a concentration camp. Isabel did.
Yeah.
And guess what? It was fucking horrifying. They didn't
Yeah.
skip down the fucking
Yeah, they didn't
sidewalk
go and
or whatever.
have the sex in concentration camp, which
The sex.
I don't. Yeah, so yeah, it was good. Definitely top on my list. It was between this and the winners for my top of the month.
I have to say, when you said you only read 2 good books this month, I was nervous for your rating of this book. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if she's fucking with me or what's going on. I was scared.
Yeah, I did that on purpose because I really only did read 2 really, really good books this month.
Yeah.
It was this one and then the winners, and like
Yeah.
everything else was just, they were good. Like I gave 4s, right? 4s are good, but
Yeah,
they're not like
yeah.
5s are like, holy hell, I'm gonna read this again eventually, and I'm gonna make everybody I know read it too.
Yep.
So-
That's one of these books. Yes.
That's
and
one of these books.
I think I was texting Victoria and I was like, oh my God, this part's so sad. And she just was like, girl, that whole chapter is sad. And it was the last chapter. And after I finished it, I was like, God damn, you were right. Like,
I
this took so much out of me.
I was doing a readathon this weekend, and I started the readathon with finishing this up, and I told the girls what I was reading, and they're like, girl, you can talk to us after you're done. And I was like,
If you need some therapy, like, yes, you can come and talk.
dang. I'm like, guys, I think I read the thing that made me the most emotional a few days ago, but
And
Yeah.
can we just talk about the fact that Lauren finished this book before both of us?
I know. She flew. I was
She
looking.
flew through it.
Listen, my morning starts with a cup of coffee and looking at what everybody reads on Goodreads. And I'm stalking Lauren on Goodreads. And she was flying through it. Flying. And Lauren is a slow reader. She tells us she's a slow reader.
Yeah. And she started it before I even started it. So it's not like we were reading it at the same time. But I think she finished it before I even started it. And she only read it. She solely read it because we announced it for the podcast.
Yeah. And she gave it a 5, yeah?
Of course she did.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be friends if she didn't.
Yeah, no. Super, super good book. I can't wait to read another Kristin Hannah. I'm really excited.
have to say, though, I personally take time between my Kristin Hannah books just because I don't want to feel like that was such a destroying book and like an emotional book that I don't want to read another one so closely after because I don't want to get sick of her books.
Yeah, no, same. That's what I do with my other books too. Like, I have some backlist Taylor Jenkins read. I gotta wait a little bit because we just read Carrie Soto.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I will definitely read another one of hers in 2023 because there's only 2 months left of 2022, which is insane.
Yes.
Gross.
Oh yes.
But like, what a great book to follow up Nightingale with.
I'm so happy that you loved it. That makes me literally so happy.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. I just, the characters were so good. The story was so good. It's just, I don't know. This is some good shizzle.
Good shit.
Good shit. Yeah. It was a hard toss up between the winners in this to be on like my, like how we fill out that bracket.
I'm excited to see. I don't want to know, but I'm excited to see what your bracket says for this month.
My bracket is something else.
Oh, but I can't.
Actually, I don't
have
think
to do
it
it.
is. I think you won't be surprised by what I picked on.
Probably not, but that's all right. I forgot what I read this year, so I don't know what you read.
I speaking of almost at the end of the year, I have to read 10 books each month. Well, a little under 10. Each month to get to 100. To get to 100.
Oh, okay. So you hit your Goodreads goal already.
Oh yeah, my Goodreads goal was 50.
Damn, I'm looking at my goal right now.
I'm on 83.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I crushed it.
I only have to read 9 more books to hit my goal because my goal is 70 and I'm at 61 right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, audiobooks definitely help with cruising through books.
Yeah, so. I think for me, sometimes it's difficult for me to listen to an audiobook at work because sometimes like today I was listening to Thank You for Listening and people will come into my office and then I have to take it out or like I have to pause it and then I forget where I'm at and then
you can listen to Libby on your desktop. You don't have to use the app.
Well, I could do that, but I don't have like any headphones that plug into my desk.
Oh, lame.
So it's easier to have my like headphones
Bluetooth on, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. So. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been listening to it on my desktop so I can just like pause real quick.
Oh.
Yeah. So
well, do you have anything else you want to add about the Nightingale other than everybody who hasn't read it, go read it?
No, I'm good. Great pick for the month, Morgan. Really solid.
I'm so happy that you loved it.
I understand why you love her.
Yes. That's all I wanted to come from this month.
You did it.
Do you want to shout out our person of the month?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of my really good friends on Bookstagram. Come on down, my friend. She has 2 dogs and they're named after Jesus.
I thought you just said named after Jesus.
Jesus. One's named Bria, one's named Gouda. And she's a really awesome nurse. And her handle is at that _bookish_nurse. Her name is Trista, and she's a frickin' gem and a half. She's actually really, I know I'm being a psycho, but she's actually really the sweetest and the most nicest human ever. She's so sweet.
She's
and,
very
like,
nice. I hadn't really talked to her that much, and she bought me a book for my birthday and sent
Yeah.
it to me. Like,
She's
so sweet.
She's just a genuine person, and she's like so lovely to talk to, and she's funny as frig. So
As frig.
she's really the best. She's somebody I talk to almost every day on there.
Yeah.
She'll like, I'll be going to work, and then she'll like message me for a few seconds and be like, I'm going to bed, bye, because she works night shifts she's like a night shift nurse. So, and she's been traveling a lot. She's like, yeah, she's so funny. I love her. So yeah, go follow her. She's really fun.
Yeah.
She reads a lot. She doesn't have any specific genres. She loves Catherine Sutter. She's like, again, she loves Catherine Sutter. She like reads all the things. I've been seeing her Goodreads updates. She's like been wanting to read like thrillers and horrors. So like she's all over the book, but she's definitely friendly, and she's a
very
good follow.
nice.
She's so freaking nice. And her birthday's this month, and she's doing a random act of kindness
Yes.
like book swap for her birthday, so be on the lookout for that. Those are always fun. I love doing those because you always end up getting something. If not, you're always making somebody's day, you know?
Yeah.
I have enough of these.
Yes,
I don't need any more, but like I'm gonna join in just because like it's always a nice feeling to like make somebody's day.
Yeah. I
So-
can agree with that.
So yeah.
So yeah, go give Trista a follow.
We love Trista. And she shares pictures of all her animals. She doesn't just have 2 dogs. She has like 7 rabbits, an iguana.
goodness.
No, I'm just kidding. She has like 2
Oh
cats.
my God.
She has a lot of animals though. I'm not joking. But yeah, she's great. Love her. Love you, Trista. Eee.
So nice. So nice. So give her a follow.
Yeah.
And what else do we talk about on here? Anything?
We have our book for November picked out.
We do.
We're not going to say anything.
I'll post it whenever this episode comes out. I'll post it like a week at. Well, I'll see whenever this episode comes out.
Whatever.
I'll see
Yeah, no,
when I'm
I
gonna
don't think
post
it'll take me long to edit. So
Okay. Well, whenever. I'll post it like hypothetically, if it's out by Friday, I'll post it on Monday.
okay.
That
Do you
kind of
want to
thing.
give a I don't know what we can hint about.
I think that it's a book that a lot of people have been reading for spooky season, and we picked the Nightingale for spooky season, so we wanted to do a little spooky season read because our last spooky season read sucked absolute booty cheeks.
Oh
So-
my god. Yeah.
So we're going to read a spooky book, and I think it came out recently, and a lot of people on Bookstagram have been reading it, so that's your one and only hit.
That's the only hint you
Thanks.
get. Yeah.
Okay,
So
thanks, bye.
spooky season forever. That's right. I'm so
damn
hyped
it.
to read it. I can't wait. One of my friends read it, and she read it in a day. A day.
Yeah, I think Liz read it too. Is that who you're talking about?
Shelby.
Oh, Liz also read it, and I think she gave it a 5.
Shelby read it in a day. I think she gave it a 4 or 5. There's a
Yeah.
lot of high ratings.
There are a lot of high ratings.
There's another hint by.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we're done talking about our
Okay,
November
thanks,
book.
bye.
We're done talking about the November book.
Yeah.
What else do we say on here?
I don't know. I think that's it.
What are you looking forward to next month?
Thanksgiving.
Me too. Friendsgiving.
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 Yeah. Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving.
I'm so
Excited for that.
Friendsgiving.
Me too.
I'm hyped. We made cookies last night and they were really good.
Did you eat them all already?
No.
Oh.
I felt like shit last night, so I didn't eat anything.
Oh, good thing we didn't record last night.
I know, that would have been a lame episode.
Well, now you're wired and it's 8 p.m. and you're...
Yeah, I know. I gotta eat
Correct.
still. Hey, Mikey, you want to start dinner? Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I feel like what I have lined up for the rest of the year is just gonna be like...
You'll have to send me a picture of what you have lined up. I'm curious.
I will. I have, so like for our book club, my one book club, we were gonna read a nonfiction together, but like we all couldn't choose one that we did, so we're all doing a nonfic, and we're gonna get 5 minutes each to talk about what we did, like what we read, and like
Okay.
share But we.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So I'm gonna do a palmistry book, and a palm reading, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna read Wild, that one book the one about the hiking and the girl.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That's always on audiobook ready to go. So I'm pretty hyped for that.
That's exciting.
So that's a book I'm really excited to read in November. Also, I have to show you, and then we can be done. So the Libro FM.
Yes.
The books.
Oh, are they good?
They're so good. Let me show you. First off.
Nice. Are you getting it?
Yeah, downloaded it.
Okay.
This one, which I've been seeing all over the place.
I have seen that. I don't know anything about it though.
Joanna Gaines, new book.
No clue who that is.
The girl who renovates houses. Oh, you've never heard of Chip and Joanna Gaines?
Oh, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
This, which I think you'll.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think those are the only ones I downloaded. But the girl who plays the mom in Gilmore Girls, her book's on there too.
Yeah.
So there's a boatload of goodies, which is crazy. I'm hyped. I'm gonna read a bunch of those. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No.
This is just an extra thing. Do you remember when I was it was sorry, I'm trying to hold on. So, sorry. So, the person who wrote the X-Hex, Aaron Sterling.
Oh, yes,
Is actually Rachel Hawkins.
Which is the person who I just showed you.
Yes, she wrote the wife. Yeah, she wrote The Wife Upstairs. She wrote the yellow book that you have over there.
Reckless Girls.
She wrote that. So she actually writes
mysteries, thrillers.
Yeah, well, Rachel Hawkins, I think, is her real name.
But Aaron Sterling is her.
That's her pen name for writing romance. If the XX is romance.
Yeah.
So she writes under a different name.
It's romance. There's sex in it.
Okay. Well, yeah, she writes under a different name. So that way it's not
Yeah.
I found that out when I went on our little free library hunt, and I went to go because X-Hex was in there, and I texted Danielle to see if she wanted it. And I was just reading the inside cover because Danielle was at work. So if there were books that if you didn't get back to me right away, I wanted to look at the cover to see if I would be interested in it. So if I took it and then you were like, no, I don't want it, then I would be interested in it anyway. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't kind of a waste.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading that, and it actually said in in the title page that it was Rachel Hawkins. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that either. So
yeah.
I love those books so much. I should try her thrillers. I'm nervous about that though.
Well, she wrote The Wife Upstairs, and I didn't really love that book, but
I know I saw a lot of people gave Reckless Girls like 3s.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited to read The Villa. It actually kind of sounds really good.
Yeah.
But she also, I saw on Goodreads that she's writing a third XX.
Oh my goodness.
I gave those books to my mom, and she flew through both of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because she got the second one in her book of the month, because I was like, Mom, can you please add this to your box?
Mom.
Well, it was sold out when I ordered mine. And she was like, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about
so
that.
I was like, I want the second one so bad. And she's like, yeah. And then she read them both, and she loved them. So I'm like, guess what, Mom? They're coming out with third. Yeah, so nice. She also liked Addie LaRue a lot, too, so... She likes witchy books, apparently.
Well,
is there any books? I'm sorry. Last question. I know I keep talking. It's because we haven't talked to each other in a really long time.
I know.
Is there any books coming out in November you're excited about?
Not that I'm aware of. I was just really excited for this month because for my birthday month, It Starts With Us came out, and The First to Die at the End came out. So I pre-ordered both of those bitches.
That's friggin' right.
And they came in a week apart. And I was like, all right, flying through both of them. Bye. And I read them both this month.
I might not pre-order anything next year because I I hate pre-ordering because they never come on the day that the book comes out, and I'm like, ready
they
to read
ship
it
on the day that the book comes out.
Yeah, and it makes me so mad. 'Cause I'm like, oh my God, no. Yeah. So there's a few. I have a list of books I want next year, and there's a few that are coming out that I'm like Happy Place by Emily Henry. I'm really excited about, and then, The Angel Maker. I was really excited about, but I got blessed.
You did.
But yeah, another book I'm really excited about that's coming out, is the Matthew Perry. Actually came out today. The Matthew Perry.
I kind of want to read that.
Yeah, he narrates the audio, so I'm gonna use an Audible credit.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 2 Audible credits right now because I skipped 2 months. So.
Yeah, I skipped. I got Nightingale. Oh, they were doing a sale. It was like buy 2 books get 1 free kind of thing.
Okay.
So it was like ended up being like $11 an audiobook. So I got 3 extra credits.
Okay.
So I have 4 credits. Cool. Are you gonna read our book club book? Tom Felton?
If I can get my hands on it, yeah. If you finish it first, I'll see if I can borrow yours. But I know Mike might read it.
You can always borrow it now if you want.
Maybe.
So just let me know. Okay. You could also use an Audible credit on that because he also narrates that book.
Oh, fuck that. I'm going to do that then.
Yeah, he narrates
I didn't know
his book.
I haven't looked at Audible in a while, so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Forget it.
Yeah, he narrates it too. So just a fun
I'm going to go do that right now.
Yeah. It's like a 7-hour book. So it's a quick read. So yeah. I know Lauren's wicked excited about it.
See if I can find like any new ones.
Well, cool. Any last things you want to say, Morg?
No, I don't think so.
Buy this alcohol.
Yes.
And pair it with a little bit of Kristin Hannah, and you've got a good ass night on your hands.
You do.
Yeah. What has this been, Morgan?
This has been Boost
and
Reviewed.
Yes! We kind of got it.
Yeah. Where can they find you? Oh, okay.
At Dani, D-A-N-I, Allreads, A-L-L-R-E-A-D-S. Where can they find you, Morg?
You can find me at _bookmorgs_.
Woohoo! Let's go. We'll see you next time.
New co-host wanted.
Bye, guys.
Bye. God damn it.